Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of your favorite midday NFL show on the internet, Fourth and Forever. Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Roundtable Sports. I thought that was the case, man. I really did.
What's up, man?
However, I'm glad that I was able to fix the mic prior to when it came to fruition. Folks, welcome to another edition, man. We hope all of you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I certainly know that I did. I took, I'd say, some time to unplug, relax, enjoy the summer weather. But damn, am I excited to hop back in to the thick of everything, because the NFL is deep into OTAs. We have already heard several no-shows. We have heard quite a bit of storylines, and I cannot wait to unpack it. But first, Richie, how the hell you doing, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, TD's on his way home from a trip with his family. He said he's going to make it, but what else is new? He's not here. So, well, we got you covered. Just Dan and I guess it's the Fourth and Forever show minus TD. Finn's talk.
Yeah.
But, nah, man, excited times. Had a great weekend. And decided to be back on the greatest show on earth.
Indeed it is. And folks, say that you agree and you vibe with our daily NFL content. Please do us a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications because, damn, we have a great show for you today. Some breaking news right in the Roundtable Sports community. Guess what, folks? We only have 4 tickets available right now for the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins event, which is set to occur on Week 3, Thursday Night Football. Man, you know what? At first, we were kind of nervous that this thing would not sell out. But let's be honest with ourselves. We launched this event, I want to say, was early last week, where we made the official announcement. And lo and behold, folks, like, we only have 4 tickets available from where it all stands. Say, for example, you're interested, folks, and you want to be a part of that final 4-ticket placement. Certainly go on ahead and hit that link directly in the chat. Like I said, we have several seats right in the Caesar Sportsbook Lounge, where you will get to sit with myself, Richie, TD, Colby, Rico, and Z-Bot from Buffalo Fanatics, as well as access to a pregame show the night before over at Southern Tier Brewing for a meet and greet / live show. Only 4 tickets available, folks. So say, for example, that you want to take advantage of the full package, certainly go to that link and knock it out. And as soon as when those sell out, we are ultimately going to be announcing our tailgate only package, which is still something we are negotiating. That will be sold separately, but we do want to make sure that we open up to as many different people to have an opportunity of meeting us. But damn, I am so excited, Richie. I did not think that this would sell out as fast as it did.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to Bills fans. We had a Dolphins fan get some tickets. 2 Dolphins fans are coming through, maybe more. We're excited about this event. Really, our first time going to Buffalo. It's perfect timing for the farewell season of Highmark Stadium. So if you are considering going, it's really now or never, because unfortunately we can't get more tickets beyond this unless a miracle happens. Premium seating in a sportsbook lounge. So we're really excited about this, man, and I'm fired up to be there. As someone that's not attached to this game, since it's Dolphins Bills and the Jets are not affiliated with it, I'm excited for it more than I ever have. There's no nerves going in. You know, it's how you felt for you didn't go to the Miami event, and all the roundtable events at MetLife was Bills Jets.
Yeah.
So yeah, you never felt an event without the Bills.
Man,
Going to Miami this
year. I think
year.
that you're going to have a great time, and just being a part of the tailgate scene, right? Just walking around. And like you said, yo, should I wear Jet stuff? I said, probably not. You said you probably shouldn't wear Jet stuff. But again, that is
I'll wear AFC East Roundtable merch and a Jets hat.
Smart. Yeah, most definitely. But wear the one that has like the blacked out logo, like from where far away it's hard to see. That's probably the best thing. That way you're still repping your team, but at the same time, you're also, yeah.
I hear you, man. Listen, I ain't afraid of no Buffalo fans. I went to 4 straight Bills Jets games up there in Buffalo when I was in college, so I know.
How was your experience?
It was great. It was during the Sam Darnold, Josh Allen years when they first got drafted. And I think I told you the story.
Received by Bills fans?
Yeah, I think I told this story once. I was on a Buffalo bus from Rochester, because that's where my college was, to Buffalo for the game, like a Bills bus. And I was out there wearing my Darrelle Revis jersey at the tailgate, and someone was like, yo, Revis, go long. And I was going long. I'm like, oh, wow, Bills fans actually nice. And then I was running a deep route, and then he dropped the football, flipped me off, gave me the bird. So that was like I was like, that's how it's going to be, huh?
That's how it's going to be.
And I
Yeah.
was with my older sister because she lived in Rochester at the time, and
Mhm.
she was wearing Jet stuff with me. So, yeah, since
Smart.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
But I will say, do you remember actually this game? Jets, Bills, rookie seasons for Josh Allen and Sam. The Jets
Mhm.
beat the Bills. It
Yeah.
was that crazy game where Sam had that 2-point conversion where he was like running around. The Jets won that game. I was sitting
Yeah.
front row. Oh, that was a moment for me. I turned around
Yeah.
and was just like flipping everybody off. Everyone was throwing stuff at me. Bills fans, it was like my moment. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
No,
great.
no, it was funny, dude. Like, I can only remember or like only imagine what X was probably like that day. Oh, great, dude. Sam Darnold out here outperforming our
Yeah, at
first
the
round
time
pick,
it was
Josh
debates
Allen.
about who's better, Sam or Josh,
Yeah.
and it was up
Yeah.
for debate. I mean, after the rookie years, honestly, but then Josh went to another level
It's funny
after that.
how like premature some of these conversations have already. Like, trust me, I get the hype around Jaden Daniels. I do. Like, he's one of my favorite QBs in the NFC, and I think that he has a very bright future. But I always like to point to examples like that and the Sam Darnold and versus Josh Allen debate during their rookie season. For all we know, right? Like, we could see Bo Nix take that crown this year. 3 years down the road, we could see Bo Nix or Caleb Williams like really dominate truly. And with Jaden Daniels was only a flash in the pan and for the first year.
You never
I'm not
know,
saying
man.
that's going to happen, but like there's so many circumstances where people have jumped to conclusions already crowning somebody as the new future, as the new future Hall of Famer. God, I love football, man.
I
do.
love football too. We
Yeah.
got OTAs starting up for the Buffalo
We
Bills
do.
and the rest of the teams around the NFL.
So one thing I think that you will find funny, and yes, I do want to discuss all the storylines that are coming out of Bills camp. But one thing I think you will find funny. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are also starting their OTAs today. Okay. And guess who didn't show up?
Mike Evans,
No,
Baker Mayfield,
no.
Todd Bowles.
Haason Reddick didn't show up to voluntary OTAs.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like we were
Oh,
just starting this episode, and I was just like, damn, I wish that
that
this
is
news broke a couple of minutes before because I probably would have made a TikTok on this. I
that
feel
is
like I'm
probably
living
right there.
Groundhog's Day.
That's my least favorite Jet player in my life as a fan. I hated
Yeah, it's
everything.
Haason Reddick.
I usually always find something to root for in a player, but nah, dude, he was trash. And now that did this news just break?
It just broke. Yeah, it's Pro Football Talk. It's funny too because like it's basically an episode of Groundhog's Day because he pulled this exact same horse and pony show, right? Like last year with the Jets when he finally ended up coming, he was just like, "Hell yeah, man! Like I'm excited to be here," and then started getting into a contract situation. He signed a contract with Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
Just sounds like yes, it's voluntary. No, the Bucks didn't add a financial incentive to his 1-year, $14 million contract aimed at getting him to show up. Still, there's a presumption that players who are serious about getting ready for the coming season will participate. And Todd Bowles said that Reddick's absence, I'm sure one of these days we'll see him. Wow.
And this is why, if you remember when we were talking about the Jets OTAs last week on the AFC's Roundtable, my biggest takeaway was 100% attendance for the Jets players.
Yeah.
That means something to me, especially when you're the Jets and trying to establish a brand new culture. To have every single player there for voluntary, like that is the culture that they're trying to establish, getting players all in to buy into the system. You hear stories about Haason Reddick not there. Like, that's why the Jets having 100% is a big deal for me.
So Haason Reddick, man, like I just look at him and like he just screams to me like somebody that is truly just in it for the money. Like he is truly just in it for the money. Like he's good at his job, he does his thing, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like I would say right out of many vocations out there, 90% of your workforce is just in it for the money. But this man, bro, zero extra credit. This is what Haason Reddick is, right? Like he's that dude that quiet quits, right? Like he's that dude that just does the bare minimum so that he can get his paycheck and go home. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with this player.
Is the exact type of player you just don't want affiliated with your football team. I
Dude,
mean,
exactly.
get a
Like,
oh,
so how did he do for New York last year? Like, I feel like he was like a
terrible.
flash in the pan.
Are you kidding me?
Did he have any sacks or anything? Like, what was his
No.
pressure rate? Nothing.
He didn't do nothing. He was not playing for the first portion of the season because of this contract situation. They finally got on the field, which, by the way, I'm very happy that happened because you know what that did? That allowed Will McDonald an opportunity, and he gets double-digit sacks, and now we're expecting him to be a freaking stud for us this year, adding 15 pounds of muscle. So Haason Reddick not playing last year and being a bum opened up an opportunity for Will McDonald, so I'm thankful for that. But he was so bad for the Jets last year, the off-the-field stuff, selfish, just – and then when he got on the field, totally not impactful. Now, the team was a mess. Like, there's nobody impacting the Jets last year from a positive standpoint. Even our best players that's proven to be good players were not playing at their stature, like Quinnen Williams and household names like Sauce. But it was just a nightmare. He sucks. Maybe Tom Bowles can unlock him, and maybe he has something left in the tank, but he just looked like someone that was checked out, didn't care, lacked passion, lacked a desire.
So based off of his statement where he said, I'm sure one of these days we'll see him, it doesn't sound like Todd's too happy about this. And that wouldn't be completely out of the realm of possibility because there's like likely been so many scenarios where the GM falls in love with a player but the head coach is like, come on, really? Now I need to deal with this guy just because you're trying to sell jerseys. I don't know. It's funny, I suppose we'll keep you updated on whether or not that he decides to show up. We will see if he decides to show up to mandatory minicamp. He does have a contract this time. We shall see right at the end of the day. But Haason Reddick, yet another absence right in
boring name and a boring
work.
topic. Screw this guy.
Right? Yeah, exactly. However, so one thing that was frustrating for me, right, was we had Sean McDermott hit the podium today. It's day one of OTAs for the Buffalo Bills. And first thing I wanted to discuss is that Bosa is on the injury report. And he didn't even do anything. Yeah, man. He's on the injury report with a calf injury that he sustained last week for some reason. All right. And now he's not going to be able to practice until the beginning of training camp. And Joey Bosa, mind you, I got to tell you, is known for being injury prone. And this is like probably the worst piece of news that you could potentially find, right? That Bosa is already injured. Richie, thoughts on this?
Well, let's welcome someone to the program. His name is Tony Dow.
What's up, Tony Dow?
Fresh off vacation, mini vacation, Memorial Day weekend in Miami,
Nice.
I'm straight
Welcome.
from the beach.
Welcome to Fourth and Forever. The chat was getting on you like, oh, again, no TD. Like, TD doesn't take this show seriously. People were really upset with you, man. So what do you got to say to the people?
I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. No, I just spent some time to go visit my parents down in Miami with all my boys.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah, so we just went down, spent a few days, took off this morning a little later than I was supposed to. So I made it in. I was supposed to make it here on time, but I am late. But I'm back, baby. I'm back.
Joey Bosa is already hurt. He has a calf injury.
Hey, you see that?
Wait, ain't he with the Bills now?
And he's with the Bills, yes.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Now, Dan, I don't want to do this to you, but I'm going to have to do this to you.
Uh-huh. Damn it.
Because I just want to make sure you're aware.
We taking the division, Richie.
Oh, God.
No, that's not where I'm going with this. You know what a calf injury is connected to?
Sean McDermott says all players are present for OTAs except for running back James Cook. While Joey Bosa pulled a calf and will be out for the foreseeable future. What is it connected to, Richie?
So when Aaron Rodgers became a Jet, his first OTAs, he pulled his calf muscle.
Yeah.
And he's up there in age, older guy. And then 4 snaps in, what happened? That same calf that he pulled,
he tore his Achilles.
Achilles gets ruptured. And I'm not just saying, this is, there's a lot of science that backs that a calf, when you have a vulnerable calf, your Achilles becomes extremely vulnerable to tear. So I'm just saying, a calf muscle getting pulled in OTAs, Now there's a risk of that Achilles, and I'm sure the Buffalo Bills are going to be extra precautious with Joey Bosa entering the season now.
So from what I understood, he's not even going to like work with the team until I think it's the beginning of training camp. And look, as soon as when we signed Joey Bosa, and so I knew exactly what I was getting into. And so I knew exactly what I was getting into. Like, this dude hasn't played a full season since 2021, right? So the fact that him getting injured was something that I kind of like put in, like, right to this season by itself. But I mean, we just have to cross our fingers and hope that he rehabs appropriately. And then obviously we ended up putting quite a bit of investment right in our defensive line, right in the drafts, and also in free agency. Although that our other 2 acquisitions are suspended for PED use as well for the first 6 games of the season. So whatever, man, we'll just run it back with the defensive line we had last year and then hope our secondary adjustments, improvements, say that you will be okay.
Did he do it today?
No.
Oh,
no,
when
he
did
did
this
it last
happen?
week. I have no idea what he was doing. Like, dude was probably just like walking instead of grab his mail or something like that in the morning.
Working out individually. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe some workouts or something like that. And so I hope it was an individual like football exercise, and it like he didn't like maybe and so roll out of bed weird or something like that, landed on his calf weird or some shit. Yeah, I don't know. But Bosa is already on the injury report.
And James Cook is not in attendance for OTAs.
He is not. He is not. James Cook is not in attendance, but then again, it's not a surprise. And so we all knew that he was not going to be there. And more than likely, he's probably not going to show up to mandatory minicamp either.
Nor training camp.
Maybe training camp. Maybe.
But, maybe not in week 1 or week 2 or week 3.
So the thing with James Cook is
0-3.
And so the thing with James Cook is that like his salary is entirely based on him playing. So like he's due $5 million this year, but he only earns that if he plays. So highly doubt that he's going to sit out this season and not accrue any dollars at all. And then be like 1 year removed and take 1 full year off of football and then hope some team is going to sign him to $15 million plus. So he's probably going to like worry Bills Mafia for a little bit. I sort of knew going into this that he was going to miss out on OTAs. He's the only person not there. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny because like we actually ended up like having an interview with Shedeur Stewart's father yesterday, and Shedeur Stewart and James Cook have the same agent. So what I think might be interesting, I might reach out to the agent and see if James or Jimbo would be interested in coming on this show and having a conversation about his contract. By the way, TD, so did you watch the interview Richie and I had yesterday?
Congratulations, fellas. That was big time.
Thank you.
I thought it was really good. It was very insightful. And it broke first obviously on Roundtable Sports on all socials. But yeah, I didn't know. I knew you were gonna handle it, Dan, but it was pretty dope to see both of y'all up there. But yeah, pretty good job, man.
Yeah, man.
Left me out, but it's all right.
Nah, hey man, listen. Next one we'll definitely get you on, and so we'll definitely get you. Yeah, we'll definitely get you on, man, when we
Jets
can.
Fan.
Oh yeah, he is a Jets fan.
Yeah, that's sad.
Now Bengals fan, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, he said he's no longer a Jets guy since his son's with the Cincinnati Bengals. But I mean, look, dude, it's still wild. He's still yet to get his contract, and it's cool to hear from the perspective, of his father too. Like he was just like, look. So this is not like a money right now thing. And this is not like we want more money than a first round pick, but like we want the exact same thing and that their first round pick got last year. All right. Like that's what we're asking for.
Yep.
And like we're asking for the exact same thing that Jared Verse got, who was selected 17th overall last year. And some people from like the surface level. And so they look at it and they're like, hey, and so this player is being greedy. No. It's basically just like, oh, okay. So you're saying that so y'all are the only team, and that is not including something that seems to be boilerplate for each and every single other contract out there. So I empathize with Shedeur Stewart, man. I really do.
Yeah, that's I don't know what we talked about this a week ago. I don't know what be going on in Cincinnati when it comes to this money and these contracts. Like they have a hard time getting a lot of stuff done. But yeah, I think they'll come to their senses. I just think, as long as they stay steady and be about business, like he said in the interview when I watched it, business is business. His son just wants to get on that field and play football. He want to have fun, do what he loves. But you got to take care of the business part of it. And yeah, the Bengals, man, they need to go ahead. You gave your last year's pick that. What's that? It's a bad look. Yeah. It's a bad look.
Yeah.
What's the holdup? Did you get burnt last time and don't want to get burnt again? Well, that's not their business. You gave it to the previous, the current wants it too, and they need to come up off of that.
And so you got to think about it too. Like right now, so Cincinnati has a brand new defensive scheme, a brand new defensive coordinator, and both of their edge rushers are not there learning it. Like they're just there. But from what I heard from Shamar's father, he's saying that he's still very deep into the playbook. So like he's doing work, he's just not putting pads on because he's trying to protect himself. It's more of like a longevity insurance policy from what we're hearing. And to this day, he's still on the sidelines, even as the Bengals are going. So within their OTA practices. And would you like to add anything else to that, Richie?
Yeah, it was cool to have his father on the show. I think it was really insightful to see the perspective of being a parent of someone that just got drafted into the league. To him, it's just his boy that he has to tell it, hey, get off PlayStation. And, it was cool to hear from a father's perspective of the whole situation of getting drafted to the NFL and all that stuff. And I think you look at what is going on with the situation, it's going to get resolved. And I think people forget that this happens around the NFL. I mean, Shamar Stewart's not the only one that's going through this. I remember Sam Darnold did not sign his contract with the Jets when he got drafted until training camp or like OTAs maybe. Like it took a while. For some reason, it just takes a long time. And he just wants the same thing as the guys previously. So I'm definitely on Shamar Stewart's side of things when it comes to this. But it was awesome to have his dad on, and shout out to him for coming on and talking to us because hearing his side of things was pretty cool.
Oh, man. Man, we're going to have to see.
You don't like my thumbnail, TD? You don't like the thumbnail I made?
Yeah. I thought it was dope. I love it. There's some nice chains, man.
Remember I taught you how to make these? You remember how to do it?
Yeah. Is that that chain? Is it what's his name? From Marvel Infinity Wars.
Thanos,
yeah. Is that Thanos with the
I don't know.
Yeah, they look like Thanos, man. That was pretty
Who's
tight.
Thanos?
No, Richie took it down. Look at the thumbnail. His dad's wearing a chain. They look like Thanos with the Infinity.
Is it Thanos?
With the Infinity glove.
Dude, why didn't I notice that yesterday?
See, y'all ain't on it.
Why?
If you guys want to check out the interview, it's fully on our Roundtable Sports channel, the same channel you're watching right now. Definitely go check out the full interview. It was a lot of fun. Click the like button on it. Watch the whole thing. Comment your thoughts. We're trying to get that out on the YouTube algorithm. And you guys showing support really does mean a lot to us.
So news was coming out of Browns camp as well. And right, in my opinion, I do think that this is all just fluff. But what they're saying is, and this is obviously just like some training camp news, they said that Shedeur Sanders is not guaranteed a roster spot. And going into training camp starting in August/July, he's going to be QB4. So they're trying to tell Browns fans, hey, don't celebrate quite yet because he's QB4 currently, and there's no promise that he's going to beat out Dylan Gabriel or Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco. Thoughts on this, TD?
Who's saying that there?
Some like Browns
some of their
reporter,
meetings.
something like that. Yeah, Browns reporter.
They have
I'm not buying into it, but
they have a little war going on where some of them just don't like him. They want Gabriel to be the guy for whatever reason. But whenever I pay attention, because I've been following Shedeur's situation, just seeing how he's doing, because I want to know how this whole circumstance works out, because I think everybody would agree they don't think he's a 5th round pick. Even if you don't like him, he's not a 5th round pick. But yeah, from my understanding, Shedeur hasn't been impressing the coaches. He's been one of the best quarterbacks in camp from a lot of reporters, what they have to say. Of course, you're not going to get anything from the Browns about what they think about anybody because it kind of, puts down the other quarterbacks. But yeah, I was looking at some of the reporters going on to radio shows saying, oh, Dylan Gabriel throws a better ball. And then other reporters coming on, man, we got some calling other reporters out, saying, I don't know why they're hating on this kid, but it's not even close. Shedeur is outballing every single one of them, and it's not even close. So,
we should make a whole show about Shedeur Sanders and give it to TD Finn's talk.
Why?
Because Shedeur is such a trending topic, and like everyone loves talking about him,
Yeah,
the Shedeur Sanders show. I think
they're polarized. I mean, he's polarizing. I mean,
I'm not saying he shouldn't be getting this traction, but I'm just bringing it up. I mean, he was the first player I think I've ever noticed that I saw Adam Schefter report a 5th-round pick signing a contract.
Yeah, and did you see? You know what's weird about
Shedeur Sanders signs a $5.6 million contract. Like, when do you ever see that from Adam Schefter?
Exactly. You know what's weird about it? Like they have like the rookie invitational with the owners meeting and all of that. And you got all the first round picks taking a picture and stuff. And then you got a few others, but Shedeur's in there as well on this side and Dylan Gabriel way on the other side in Browns uniforms. Like it's kind of like just off. It's weird because they know not to include him because they even project that his future will be okay in the NFL. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, based off of what I'm hearing and I'm listening to reporters and stuff, you got some guys who aren't dogging Shedeur, but they're trying to build up Dylan Gabriel to put Shedeur down. And then you have other guys that's there saying it's not even close. Shedeur is outplaying him by far. So, it's a little media war. You got people who like, Shedeur and others that don't. So they building up Dylan Gabriel.
It's thoughts on this. It's thoughts on this, Richie.
Yeah, I mean,
do you buy in that he doesn't have a solidified spot on that roster?
No, I mean,
he might even start.
My prediction is Shedeur Sanders is going to play his best football in this league, not on the Browns.
Oh.
Like the best version of Shedeur Sanders we will see in his career is not going to be for Cleveland.
Interesting. Well, I feel like that's the case for a lot of quarterbacks in this league.
Yeah, which isn't a crazy take. I mean, how many quarterbacks actually work out with the team they get drafted for? Like, just wait till the Dolphins give up on Tua. He's going to go to the Colts and become elite, like a dog.
Do you want to hear Stefanski's 30-second soundbite on Shedeur?
Well, since you're the producer of the show, TD, why don't you pull it up so we can?
I just played the audio, man. I don't want no copyright.
And whether it's a following that he's earned, I mean, that's something that he's done a great job of interacting with fans. And but he is a great kid. You guys will get to know him more. He's working like crazy, just like all the guys. He's another young man. These rookies, my office is downstairs. As they got to walk by my office as they come in. They come in early. And Shedeur, just like all those guys, he's in there early. He's getting his work done. So he's working really, really hard. I like everything there is about Shedeur.
And when he tells a local radio station, "Oh, you guys are, you'll get to know him very well," that's just somebody who has stay power. He's gonna be here for a while. You think they're gonna talk about a guy who's not even gonna make the roster? As you guys will get to know him very well. No. Man, they know what time it is. It's one of those situations where whether he starts this year or next year, they know that eventually they actually have to work him in at some point. It's like a first-round pick sitting for the first year. You don't let him play. You just want him to learn the playbook. You have to work him in at some point.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen.
And so my take with Shedeur is I think he'll start. And so I think he'll eventually be the starter of that team.
But it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I will say too, like if there's one team that would have drafted him the Browns are the team that will give him an opportunity this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not a bad offensive line to start behind either. It's not a bad offensive line.
Last year was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so they were injured, but like on paper, when they're healthy, solid offensive line. But yeah, I don't know.
Now I got another topic, separate.
Talk to me.
To do with New York City, New York sports, because New York is the greatest city in the world. Greatest sports city, greatest city ever.
Okay.
I saw this graphic and I want to get your guys' thoughts. Jets versus Giants. Which 3-player core would you rather build around?
Oh, dude, this is tough. Okay.
That's a no-brainer, man.
Yeah, Quentin Williams, Garrett Wilson, and Sauce.
This is a no-brainer. Easy.
Dexter Lawrence, you have Andrew Thomas and Malik Neighbors. So with Andrew Thomas is the only redeeming piece of their offensive line. It's the only redeeming piece. Yeah, of course with Dexter Lawrence, man.
Of course.
Solid defensive tackle. And arguably, I'd say the Giants have the best front seven in all of football, but it's just their offense, which completely destroys them. And Neighbors may very well be a top 10 wide receiver already. And let's go ahead and look at the Jets real fast. Go ahead.
3 players coming off a watch.
Quentin Williams. You have Garrett Wilson. You have Sauce Gardner. Man, you know what, Richie? It's not as easy. And so, as I think TD is going to try and suggest,
3 players coming off of a wash season. And first of all, who made
3 sad organizations?
First of all, not all 3 of them had wash seasons. I don't even know what that means.
Which one of them had a all-pro season?
Who said that they're had all-pro seasons?
I'm just saying, when you come off one, you think they have another.
Maybe just come in and said, and so is it bad to say I'm tempted to pick the Giants?
No, it ain't bad, Smitty.
No. It's not bad at all, Smitty. It's not as easy of a decision as many of you might assume, right? I do like Dexter. Oh, man, this is tough. I do prefer Dexter Lawrence over Quinnen. It's close, but I do prefer Dexter Lawrence.
Smart guy.
Neighbors over Garrett Wilson. I'd probably pick Neighbors.
Smart guy. It's a wrap.
And then I take Sauce over Andrew Thomas. But then again, it's tough for me because first off, like 2 different positions. And with Andrew Thomas, it's kind of hard to see how good he truly is because his supporting cast is filled with bums. But as far as individual, yeah, I think I'm taking the Giants on this one, Richie. I'm sorry.
Know what my favorite narrative is around Sauce Gardner?
What's that?
Is that since he was his first team All-Pro years 1 and 2, the 1 year he's not the best in the NFL. Instead, he's top 10 during a season. He's considered trash. Because if you go look at the numbers, Sauce Gardner was a top 10 corner in the league. And I would say around 8, 9, 10 range. But since he dropped out of top 2, all of a sudden he's just a bad player, bad football player. When you look at the numbers, look at the grades, and watch the film and watch everything, he was still top 10. But people just assume this guy is now a bum, forgets how to play football, which is my favorite narrative around Sauce, which is totally incorrect. Garrett Wilson was a beast last year. Let me just remind you guys about how Garrett Wilson, I think out of these 3, had the best season of the 3. And Big Q, man. He's about to go out there and take the league by storm. So I think this is definitely close. I'm not going to sit here and be biased and say it's Jets by a long shot at all. But I think that Andrew Thomas injury concerns kind of going downhill. So it's close, man. It's also your preference. You about playmaking.
You still didn't pick one. You still didn't pick one.
My Jets, 100%. Yeah.
See, you're going off of what you think the season they're going to have.
Oh, man.
All right, listen. Dan already broke it down.
Shout out Travis. Appreciate you.
I don't have to break it down. It's the Giants. And yeah, it's not by far. And that ain't saying much, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's not a big gap.
But I had already warned the Jets and their fans about 365 days ago that this was going to be the year where guys like Sauce Gardner is exposed, Breece Hall, and I didn't see Quentin Williams. Always been a fan of his. But those other guys, man, they kind of overrated. I like Garrett Wilson and his work. But I think the 3 at the bottom are barely better. But I would like to know who made this graphic.
This is PFF.
Oh, okay. Just making sure it wasn't Richie,
What? What did I do?
Not just making sure you ain't make the graphic, All right.
What is me? What if I did make the graphic? What does that even mean?
Yeah, nothing, Richie. Just, they always trying to compare the Jets. You should have put the Dolphins big three up there and seeing how I compare.
No, it was New York, man. You got to look at the New York. I don't know. I didn't make it. I just saw it across my feed, and I thought it was pretty interesting to see how it all works. You know what I mean?
The real question is who's going to have the better season, the Jets or the Giants?
The Jets, and I'm confident with that one.
Yeah.
Now, TD, you said you've been a fan of Quinnen Williams.
Well, I like his play.
I have something funny. I screenshotted this a while ago. I always said that you look like Quinnen.
Yeah.
I went on his Instagram and I saw this photo, and you got to show this to your wife because this is. Tell me this is not you and your wife at Disney.
Oh, wow.
That looks exactly like TD and his wife and his baby.
Look at that. Look at that.
Bro, I saw this on his Instagram. Like, that's not Quinnen. That's Tony Dow and Hillary. And oh my God. Tell me that's not true, TD.
Hey, man, I need that contract.
Yeah.
And I look every bit of.
She kind of looks like.
In fact, you know what you should do, bro? Like, you should probably reach out to Disney to see if they'd be willing to sponsor your show, especially with all the money. Yeah.
I was gonna send this to you. I'm like, TD,
might be right,
really,
man.
You're more similar to Quinnen than you think.
That's what's up, though. That's a beautiful family too. I love
that.
It
Is a beautiful family, man. Quinnen is the most likable human beings.
He needs to be a Dolphin so he can be respected and appreciated.
Do you remember Quinnen's viral moment when he got drafted?
What was it again?
When he blessed himself during an interview, he sneezed.
He said, "Bless me."
Remember that? He was like, "Bless, thank you," and I got it. Sometimes if I'm having a bad day, I turn on a Quinnen Williams interview, and I'm just like, "Oh, this guy just always makes me laugh. Just a big smile, just goofy."
So I got to tell you what. So one thing that came out, we have Tyreek Hill. All right, he was talking about Bills fans.
Wow.
Right? He said, F the Bills. It's F the Bills all day. Stupid ass fans.
We went to the Super Bowl, baby.
With the Bills. Yeah. Fuck every time when I used to play in Kansas City, bro, it was always fuck the Bills every time we played against them. And we fucked them up every time. Damn. But in Miami, it's the same thing too, though. But 10 times harder. It's fuck the Bills all day. All they want to do is jump through fucking tables because they got fucking CTE.
Damn.
God, fans are stupid as hell.
Oh my God.
This is a child show, Tyreek.
What about Mahomes?
That's my dog.
Yeah. Which Mahomes?
Who's he with? Is that Aiden Ross?
Yeah. Folks.
What is he doing hanging out with Aiden Ross?
That's Tyreek, man.
It's Tyreek, man.
You're crazy if you don't think Tyreek going to be an influence
doing it a couple
retired.
of years ago. So Sauce was doing it a couple of years ago.
I know. I was about to say Sauce is in that culture. You see who Sauce is dating now?
Who?
Ice Spice.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
It's a public couple now.
Yep,
Sauce.
2 wins.
Sauce
Ice Spice gonna level Sauce's game up to new heights.
2
Sauce
wins.
Spice.
Oh, man.
Sauce Spice.
He getting beat every week now. Oh, man.
The Knicks
We got any storylines coming out of Miami camp?
Yeah, man, just a lot of greatness.
Did they start?
I think they start today, too.
Yeah, a lot of greatness. I'm hearing, Super Bowl vibes. No, it ain't the media wasn't invited today. So we don't know what happened.
Wow, they're really boring.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, I think what it is,
they're like their content team. Even their content team stinks.
I just think that they need to be more present and out there, not this just general simple stuff. But it depends on how much money people put in their content teams. Like I want a Hard Knocks for every team. Like put on a production, the storylines.
The Jets got that.
That's what you're supposed to have if you're the NFL for the offseason. And a matter of fact, the NFL should have took this on and charged an offseason subscription.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets got that, and they featured me in their episode that they just came out with.
Man, I'm talking about like $49.99 a year to have access to the offseason content. Like, I think the NFL will rack up. People want to see what's going on behind the scenes, the making of a team, the daily interactions, all that stuff. These guys are working. It's a year-round thing.
Can you guys see what I put on the screen?
No.
The box is
No, I
empty.
can't see it.
That's a glitch. How about now? Hold on. Hold on. Come on. Work. What the bleep?
And so what were we looking
All right.
at?
How about now?
Ah,
This was the Jets episode of the offseason where they featured my voice in it, which was cool. It's when
boom,
the Jets
copyright. Boom, copyright.
No, they're not going to copyright it. When the Jets signed Jamie and Sherwood, they featured my voice. Take a listen.
We have some breaking Jets news. Jamie and Sherwood is back with the New York Jets on a 3-year, $45 million contract. Let's go. The first big move of Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn's career here.
Damn. I was watching it like, oh, that's me.
Yeah, man. It's the voice of the Jets, man.
Nah, not the voice of the Jets, but
Voice of the Jets.
and that meant something to me that it was Jamie and Sherwood, bro, because that was my guy when he was drafted. Jets fans like always hated on him. Like, nah, we need linebacker help, bro. I'm like, nah, don't sleep on Sherwood. He's learning behind CJ Mosley. He's coming. He's the next guy. He's learning behind CJ. And so like I got a connection with Jamie. All right. So the fact that he got extended long term and he's the guy, awesome. Thank you to the Jets for including me.
Dude, you know what? It's a beautiful thing over here. But guys, listen, with OTAs is in full swing, and I am sure that we are going to be seeing several storylines all week. So you already know what to do. All right. Subscribing is not enough, folks. Make sure you turn on those bell notifications so you can tune in live on each and every single episode of Roundtable Sports, Fourth and Forever, live at 2 p.m. EST. I know that I have a meeting with a potential brand partner here within 10 minutes that I need to focus on specifically. So we're going to wrap today's show. But first, I want to go around the table and say our goodbyes, starting off with TD. What up, man?
Dan, I'm going to miss you, man. I'll see you tomorrow. But I'm sorry for being late, everybody watching. But yeah, like I said, some good time with the family. Here we are, man. We're smack dab in the middle of the offseason. This is where it begins. Shout out to the New York Knicks getting, one win, Pacers in 6, like I've been telling you all. And outside of that, man, Richie, man, keep your head up, bro. We love you. We're here for you during these hard times.
What hard times?
During these troubling times.
What troubling times?
These Indiana times.
Well, I'll be live tonight from my live watch party when the Knicks ties up the series 2-2.
Straight cap.
Absolutely.
3-1.
Tying up the game. The Knicks are better on the road. They're going to win tonight. It's tied 2-2, headed back to the Garden. Knicks in 6, baby. Come through. If you guys want to come support me, I appreciate it.
Did you just say Knicks in 6?
Oh, yeah. We ain't losing again.
I can't.
Knicks in 6, baby. I love that. I love that. Richie, best of luck tonight, folks. Certainly go show some love over on Richie's channel as he reacts to his team this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I sincerely appreciate you. And we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.